I'm Gerald Van Sickle. I came to Korea with the 1st Marine Division, landed at Incheon, Korea. I was there till, I think we left Korea about, in October, November, last part of November of '51. And this incident took place just about that time, before then, not much before then. I was a truck driver, and we were at our tent, goofing around at the tent there at the camp. Staff sergeant come running up the tent and hollered at me, "Van Sickle, captain wants to see you." Well, I didn't have an idea what he wanted to see me for. I figured, boy, I messed up someplace probably. Anyway, I reported to the captain, and he telling me what was going on. He said, "I need a truck to go into up the front lines. The troops have already fell back. The Chinese are coming in." And he said, "We left a 4.2 mortar unit up there, 3 Marines." He says, "And we're going to have to get them out. They ain't going to be able to get out on their own. They can't walk out. They can't carry all that equipment with them." So he says, "You can go back to your camp and you can order one of your men to go." I was a corporal. My men there's 5 of us in a tent. And who's ever the senior member in that tent is over them 5 men. And that would have been me. He said, "Now you can pick one of them, send them up. Or you can go yourself or whatever you want to do." So I told him right then, I said, "I'm going by myself. I'm not sending nobody." So that ended the conversation with him, and I took off. Went over to the motor pool and got my truck, checked it out, make sure everything was right, turned around and took off. It was about, we camp out usually 6-7 miles behind the lines, front line. So I had that to go to get up there. And what they was sitting on top of a hill. And this Chinese were coming down a hill in a valley and starting up this one like this. And they're pretty awful close to the top of that, right on our front. So I backed up and I got there and swung around and backed my truck up pretty close to the 4.2. And helping space on both sides of me. So I'm standing out, I got on my truck, I left my truck running, I didn't dare shut it off. I got out and I'm standing there, watching them, they're still throwing 4.2 mortars at the Chinese, trying to keep them slowed down. They ain't stopping them, they're just slowing them up a little bit. And they're still coming. They're getting pretty close, but at that time, they spotted my truck and me, I guess, because they threw a mortar shell at me, which contained white phosphorus. Now it landed on the right of my truck, off the right there. It leaves a pattern about 15 feet diameter. It makes a complete circle. And it's all white when it hits. The hottest substance known. If you hit your truck or anything, it would immediately ignite the gas and blow it all to pieces. It'd be like a skyrocket going up. So I watched that, and it wasn't long after that another one landed over on the left side of my truck. About the same distance. I hollered at him about that time to get out, get loaded now. They loaded all that equipment, and on that truck, the fastest I ever seen anybody move. I think it was seconds or maybe a minute or 2 at the most. They were on and loaded. And I was on the truck myself, already shifting gears with my foot in the carburetor, so we were moving. I got to probably 50 yards away from the spot I was at, and they landed one right where I was. So we missed that one. So I made it all the way with them. took them down to their units, caught up with them, dropped them off there at their unit, and then I took off back to my camp after that. And I reported back to the captain. Everything was done well, everybody out. And that was the end of that.